Boeing whistleblower John Barnett found dead days after testifying against company. Okay.
Oh my God.
62 years old, died from what appears to be a self-inflicted gunshot. I'm not laughing at
it's not
what
funny,
happened. I'm laughing at
If you say Hillary Clinton's name in the story, I'm
self-inflicted gunshot wound on Saturday. Barnett was cross-examined by Boeing's lawyer and his attorney days before he died. The court planned for Barnett to answer more questions on Saturday, but he did not appear as planned. The BBC reported that he was later found dead in his truck, which was parked in a hotel parking garage. Barnett was employed by Boeing for over 3 decades before retiring in 2017. He worked as a quality control engineer at the company. In 2019, Barnett told BBC that Boeing would rush to get its 787 Dreamliner jets off the production line, compromising safety. Alleged emergency oxygen systems that were made for 787 Dreamliners had a failure rate of 25%. 25%. This means that a quarter of the 787 Dreamliners had the potential to rapidly lose oxygen if the cabins were suddenly decompressed, suffocating passengers.
Is that
what? Vinny, did you have a video you sent? You want the audience to see?
Yeah, I sent. So there's 2 of them, Pat. So first of all, there's Al Jazeera sent an undercover reporter into a plant in South Carolina. Mind you, guys, these are the people making the airplane, and he's asking them, would you fly on this airplane? I'm not trying to laugh at the situation. It's actually scary. Rob, can you please play what these people were saying once they're inside?
So hang on. This is Al Jazeera asking, how do you make the plane crash? I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah, no. Well, this is
they're basically just asked, would you fly this plane?
Yeah, would you be a passenger in this plane that you are building as we speak in this plant? Go ahead, Rob.
Did you fly on one?
No.
You won't fly on one.
No.
Did you fly on one of these planes?
Oh, 15 workers.
So by the way, 15 workers, none of them would fly on it. But going back to John Barnett, guys, so as we all know, Boeing planes have been falling apart. The doors have been flying off. Tires are falling off. By the way, mid-flight, just yesterday, Airlines Flight 830 from Sydney to SFO started leaking fuel, and somebody recorded it. They had to turn back around and land. And mind you, Boeing and United both employ DEI practices, so I wouldn't wonder why. But going back to John Barnett, guys, he worked for 30 years on the 787 Dreamliner, the one that's having all these problems, all right? So in 2017, he started taking legal action, and he was alleging that the plane isn't being built. When the plane isn't being built fast enough, the employees start getting scrap metal from broken parts, like a bin, to use so that the plane gets done in time. Okay, and Pat, you mentioned the oxygen tanks. 1/4 of them would fail. So it's been going on since 2007. He did a deposition with Boeing's lawyers on Friday, Saturday, under oath. And then Saturday, he's found dead in his car, self-inflicted gun. Like, dude, what did he tell them is what I'm curious. The thing that bothers me, and I'll let Rob play what he said on TMZ here in a second. It's so obvious, guys. Let's be real. This isn't a conspiracy. This is beyond coincidence. We all know what happened. Somebody somehow, allegedly, with Boeing, said, guys, go end that guy's life.
You think so?
Adam always says, don't say 100%. Explain to me how he's in the middle of this. He just got deposed by their lawyers, and then he what? Because he can't handle the truth, he shoots himself in his car. That's bullshit. This is exactly like the movie. If you guys haven't seen it, go watch Michael Clayton with George Clooney. One of my favorite movies ever of all time. Phenomenal acting from everybody. A guy, a lawyer, finds out that a big pharmaceutical company killed thousands of people knowingly. They hid the research, and he wants to go public. The pharmaceutical company hires 2 hitmen to kill him and make it look like a suicide. It's blatantly obvious, and the only sad thing, in 3 days, nobody's going to talk about this. And this is what he told TMZ, Pat, about Boeing.
How long ago is this?
This is recently.
Okay, go ahead, Rob.
This is not a 737 problem. It's a Boeing problem. And I know the FAA's gone in and they've done due diligence and inspections to assure that the door plugs of the 737 are installed properly and the fasteners are torqued properly. But my concern is, what's the rest of the airplane? What's the rest of the condition of the airplane? And the reason my concern for that is back in 2012, Boeing started removing inspection operations off their jobs.
Jeez.
So it left the mechanics to buy off their own work. So what we're seeing with the door plug blowout is what I've seen with the rest of the airplane, as far as jobs not being completed properly, inspection steps being removed, issues being ignored. My concerns are with the 737 and the 787, because those programs have really embraced the theory that quality is overhead and non-value added. So those two programs have really put a strong effort into removing quality from the process.
So here's my thing, Rob. I mentioned this when we first started talking about it. It's only a matter of time, because what's Boeing going to do? Stop all these flights? No, they're not. I don't know what's going to happen. It doesn't look good, because every week something else is happening. It's a matter of time till one of these things crashes, bro. I'm shocked. What's Boeing stock has to be going down, right?
Let's take a look, Rob.
Oh my
if you can
God!
pull this up.
Like, Adam, are you flying anything Boeing 787? That's the majority
Rob,
of their
can
airline.
you go 5 days? Let's see what 5 days looks like.
I'd like to go.
Dude, look at that. Are you crazy?
Go 1
I'm not
month.
flying.
Right.
Go
Yeah.
1 month, Rob. Oh.
Yeah.
Go
Are-
6 months.
Go to a year.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what it should.
Are
tell
you guys
It's
trying to
really-
go on Boeing right now, or any Boeing flight? I'm not.
It peaked in January of 24. So the biggest thing to me is that Boeing has been more concerned about their share price going up than their plane staying up. So it's, John Oliver did an amazing expose on Boeing during his show. And, he highlighted some of the Al Jazeera things. They left off some of the stuff in the clip. They interviewed that guy. The best part they left out in whatever clip you found, they interviewed all those guys. One guy was like, hell no, I ain't flying those planes. One guy said the quality is going down to shit. Another guy called it sketchy. One guy goes, yeah, I'd fly, but I kind of have a death wish. That's what one guy said.
Crazy.
Literally. So what happened with Boeing has been a slow drip, but they've been concerned. Their theme in 2021 was called More for Less. And and there was a basically a move to have all Boeing employees basically be part of the stock price. It was quote unquote, all Boeing employees play a important role in improving shareholder value. What happened after the Trump tax cuts, as they called it, in 2018, I think it was $2 trillion tax cut. Boeing, like many other companies, what do you think they did? They basically did a stock buyback. So there was a $20 billion stock buyback program. CEO Dave Callahan, 92% of operating cash flow went to stock buybacks. They didn't go to checking more parts. Yeah, Dave Calhoun, there he is right there. They didn't go to checking more parts. They didn't go to more security. They didn't go to better quality control. They went to shareholders' pockets. Okay, so where does that lead? Now, if you want to talk about the plane crashes that have existed since Boeing, specifically the 737, Indonesian flight 189 crashes to the sea, never found.
Weird.
Never found. Ethiopian Airlines flight 737 was a Boeing 737, no survivors. What happened there? Since then, the FAA grounded all Boeing 737s. There's clearly a concern of what's going on here. You talk about this whistleblower, this guy.
John Barnett.
Yeah. There's another whistleblower, Ed Pearson, whistleblower, who has urged managers to shut down the factory. Here's my last point. A lot of people are saying, well, what the hell do you want me to do at this point? I got to fly. There's two main airplane manufacturers in America here around the world. There's Boeing, and then there's Airbus. So you have sites like Kayak that you can literally do a drop-down box
and find out
to
which
choose which type of airplane manufacturer to choose from. So, and then let's not forget the reason that we're even talking about this. What was that Alaska flight where the door just fell off?
Well, that was this Boeing. It was a Boeing.
Okay, exactly.
787.
So something's going on here with Boeing, and they're cutting corners, and they're more concerned with their shares than actual flight safety.
But going back to the main story, if we can, and I want to ask all three. But actually, Rob, I want to know you too. So John Barnett, what percentage?
He was Epsteined.
Yeah. Well, think about, and I'm being genuine right now. God rest his soul. Like he's coming forward, putting on blast a $120 billion company that's declining in price. He does a deposition. What is the percentage that Boeing paid people to somehow have him killed in a vehicle and make it look like suicide? I'll give you guys mine after you guys. Tom.
I can't put a percentage on it, but
yeah, you can. What do you think? Highly unlikely? Likely? Where you at?
The timing makes me highly suspicious, right? How can you not be suspicious when a guy is, whistleblowing, and you see the interviews with him? He doesn't seem like, a hippie from Marin County saying nonsensical things. He sounded like a pretty, cogent guy. And
if you had to pick a number, Tom, if you had to pick a percentage.
Here's what bothers me about it when I look at it objectively. He's already been filmed and all this deposition stuff is out.
Yeah.
So this is in court.
They don't care.
He only had one more day of deposition.
Yeah.
To get the job done, he's already got the job done for this court case. If you're going to investigate Boeing and you're going to FAA is going to take action against them. And so he only had a half a day of testimony left. If you're going to take care of a whistleblower, you take care of a whistleblower long before they ever get to court and put things in writing.
Evil doesn't care, Tom.
That's where I was going with this. Is if they were going to do this, they would have done it before he testified.
But he just testified to that.
Hold on.
I just wanted a percentage.
Okay.
I didn't need speeches, guys. I just want to know the percentage that you think. I don't need a diatribe.
Welcome to the Vincent Oshana show,
I just
guys.
asked you. I just asked the number. Tom said he doesn't even want to give me the number.
Okay.
I'm saying 95%.
Well,
they
you
paid somebody
you
to have
just
him
went from 100 to 95 in 2 minutes.
I didn't say. Did I say 100%?
You did.
Did I, Tom?
No, he said.
Thank you.
Adam always says don't go 100%.
Yeah, I said Adam says that's fake news, which I.
You said Adam says don't go 100%, but I'm going 100%.
Where do you put it? Where do you
I
think?
would say that that's a likely scenario.
Pat, if you give me,
You're saying it's a likely that Boeing did it.
Thank you, Adam.
I'm not saying that it's 100% like I'm Benny Oshana.
My name is not Benny.
I'm saying that there seems to be a weird coincidence here.
How high was this guy's ranking? Like, I'm
he was
looking at him
He
here.
was in charge of the safety and everything for that.
Quality. He worked as quality manager at the North Charleston plant, making the 787 Dreamliner state of the art. So, quality manager. What is a quality manager? Is quality manager a high-ranking quality manager? So he's managing the things. Is he in the room of decisions being made? Is he sitting with C-suites? Is he sitting with board? Is he talking to influencers? How deep into it is he? I don't know. But to me, listen, you have to give credence to the timing of this thing taking place, right? It's just a very strange timing. And anytime you hear stories of saying he was found dead from a self-inflicted wound on March 9th and police are still investigating it, I don't know, man. This is just a little bit weird and creepy on what's going on here. And by the way, Boeing has not been. Rob, run a report, a poll if you can. And the poll is not the poll of. Ask the question: does this concern you on your next flight, booking your next flight? 100%, a little bit, not at all. Okay, because I just want to know what people are going to be at with this, because there's already people that are afraid of flying, right? And the last thing you need for the people that are afraid of flying to now add this on top of it, and what percentage of planes by airlines flown, what percentage of airlines fly Boeing planes? Okay.
All of them buy from Airbus and Boeing on an alternative basis. The exception being the unicarriers.
Adam,
like
terrorists
Southwest. Southwest only buys Boeing 737s so that all their maintenance parts and all of their mechanics can be trained the same to save money. So Southwest only uses. If you've ever flown Southwest, you know that it's only.
American flies the most of the jets as portion of its fleet. Nearly 1/3 of its planes, American Airlines, are 737-800 jets. Boeing reserve planes. So, I mean, okay, did you run the poll, Rob? Did you run the poll?
Yes.
And what is it at right now? I'm curious. Because I actually want to know what the markets, does Boeing safety issues concern you while booking your
70.
A little bit,
Could.
not at all, 10%. I mean, it should concern you, right? And you can't have people being worried. So imagine now a person saying, hey, your executive says, I need you to fly to, Chicago to go something done. I got to tell you, I don't want to go. Why don't you want to take the flight? I'm worried about what's going on with the Boeing planes. How does HR handle that? What kind of you know what I'm saying? It's a little weird thing that's going on right now that they need to get their act together. What the hell is this with people dying of your managers? 32 years that were with you, quality manager working on these planes. It's a little, and by the way, I hope they investigate this. I hope they get a little bit deeper to see what's going on here. This is a little bit concerning. This is what we're going to do. Anybody that places an order of, let's say, $50 or more, minimum one Future Looks Bright hat, because I want 1 million people this year wearing this gear. There was so many people in the arena independently wearing the Future Looks Bright gear, and it's so confusing for people who are pessimistic when they see somebody say the future looks bright. But this is what I'm going to do. Anybody that places an order of $50 or more, okay, between now and Thursday, but specifically anyone that places an order, for every $50 you place an order, you get one ticket in the drawing, and I'm going to get, I'm going to get 4 tickets to the next UFC fight.
Wow.
Okay, I don't even know where the next UFC fight is.
UFC 300.
And I'm going to give
Vegas.
2 people 2 UFC tickets. Rob, if you can give me those, Sam, just bring it to me. Just bring it to me. It's okay. And here's what we got. These are the things that we have right now for International Women's Day. We just got these pink.
Look at that.
Yeah, pink Future Looks Bright hats that are here. Sam, are these on the site? So Rob has. Let's make sure they're on the site. We got these 2 Future Looks Bright women's hat, pink, to choose from. And then we got the new navy blue. Navy blue, if you're like a police officer, we got the new navy blue Future Looks Bright. Let's make sure. And these are on the site. Rob, can you show these things being on the site? You place the order of the hats.
Oh, that blue is sick.
$50 or more. For every $50, we're going to do a drawing. And on Thursday, I'm giving away 4 UFC tickets. That's the one, right? The navy blue. And then, Samuel, I don't know if I see the pink one on there. So if you can make sure that gets on there as well. But that's what we're going to do. Make sure you place your order. Okay.
It's April 13th, Las Vegas.
Perfect.
UFC
There you go.
300.
April
1
13th,
month.
Las Vegas. I'm going to give away 4 tickets.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.